Have you ever noticed your phone getting hot during a video call or a game? That heat isn't the malfunction. It's actually physics working exactly as designed. Inside your phone sits a processor, a chip smaller than your fingernail, packing billions of transistors. Every time one of those transistors switches on or off, a tiny bit of electrical energy becomes heat. Billions of them, switching billions of times per second, adds up fast. The fastest phone processors can draw over 10 watts of power. That's more than some LED light bulbs, and nearly all of it becomes heat. Here's the problem. Your phone has no fan, no liquid cooling, no room for a proper heatsink. It's a sealed glass and metal sandwich that has to shed all that heat through its own body. So the frame gets warm, the screen gets warm. The phone itself becomes the heatsink. When the exterior reaches around 42 degrees Celsius, it feels hot in your hand, but the processor inside is often running at 55 degrees or more. That warmth you feel is actually the phone pushing heat outward to protect the silicon. Researchers at KAIST in South Korea studied this. They found that video chat apps and games can push the processor to 50 to 60 degrees while the frame stays cooler. The hot frame isn't a warning sign. It's the cooling system doing its job. But there's a deeper issue here. All that heat is wasted energy. When your phone gets hot, it's literally throwing away electricity as heat instead of using it for computation. And the hotter the chip gets, the more power it leaks. It's a vicious cycle. Heat causes inefficiency, which causes more heat. This is why phone makers pour enormous engineering into a field called thermal management. They design the layout of chips to spread heat. They use copper vapor chambers, tiny sealed containers of liquid that evaporate and condense to carry heat away. They build the phone's metal frame to act as a thermal conductor, pulling warmth from the processor to the outside surface. Some gaming phones even use small internal fans, but for most phones, the entire body is the cooling system. There's a hard physical limit here. As processors get more powerful and phones get thinner, the heat has nowhere to go. The physics of heat transfer doesn't scale down the way silicon does. So what happens when the phone can't shed heat fast enough? It throttles. The processor intentionally slows itself down to generate less heat. That's why your phone feels sluggish when it's hot. It's protecting itself from damage. Next time your phone gets warm, remember what's happening. A chip with billions of transistors is running at full speed, and the entire body of the device is working to pull that heat away from the silicon. The warmth in your hand is waste energy, electricity that became heat instead of computation. The most powerful computer you own is small enough to fit in your pocket, and keeping it from cooking itself is one of the hardest engineering problems in consumer electronics.